Hey there, welcome back to From Spirit for Love. My name is Julia, and today my guides, my ancestors were coming through with a lot of urgency, and there's a few things that they want me to get into today. I'm hearing a few things right off the bat. First, prepare yourself. Then ripping things. And then, you're tearing up contracts. You're rendering certain contracts that you might have consciously or unconsciously enter into. You're rendering them null and void, so that's huge. Again, with this prepare yourself energy, you're being called being called to battle, I'm hearing. So just know that that call can come at any time. Yeah. What else? I'm listening. As you continue to ascend and express more of your power, the more you express your power, the more it grows. And this is a time of, I'm hearing cataclysm. Yeah, that song, what the heck? And the walls kept tumbling down in the city that we love. It's an old song. But yeah, something, I'm getting a sense that you weren't prepared for how quickly you were going to be called into this. And like this energy of ready or not, here I come. There's more going on than you understand, or even I understand, which is why when we are called, at the time we are called, even if we don't feel ready, we are ready for exactly what it is that we need to do. We just need to trust that we are placed in the exactly where we need to be at the right time. So there's a sense of, yeah, a lot about personal power. And yeah, personal power. Interesting that I just covered my mouth as I said that. Personal power. Just like you're not ready for everyone to see you in this energy, but it's time to stop playing. Time to stop playing. And I'm getting like no one's ready for this. Not you, not your enemies, not your frenemies. There's no real thing as a frenemy. I don't know why are we talking about this? People either are for you or they're not. If they're not for you, it can be a conscious thing, it can also be an unconscious thing. But there's no time anymore to be engaging with these foggy, manipulative energies. We don't have time for that anymore, world. Yeah, they can't come with you where you're going, so you're being put through the ringer. I'm seeing like a ring of fire in my mind's eye, and you're just like getting tossed tossed through it. This is coming with an initiation. Yeah, this is coming with an initiation to spark your momentum forward towards what? Towards everything you've ever dreamt of having in your life. And it's all coming true faster than you could have anticipated. What was it about the sense of urgency? Oh. They're like, that was for you, Julia. That was for you. In my sitting down and get this message out. You might be going through things right now that you don't fully understand. I just kind of said this, but there's a, in addition to there being a reason for your not knowing or not understanding, there's an air of acceptance around that. Like, you just existing is all that is required of you at this time. You could be, yeah, this message of stop and smell the roses. Stop and smell the roses and really take the time to appreciate what is unfolding in front of you, even if it does not look how you anticipated it would. You're highly protected at this time. Who are the arcs with you at this time? We've got Archangel Raphael, Archangel Jophiel, Archangel Michael, of course, Archangel, no, not Michael, my apologies, Gabriel, and Metatron. I've got this weird feeling of like, like I missed the time for something. The time, like I missed the boat. What is that? This is really strange energy. Like you're not trusting the timing of things, but also like you missed an opportunity. This feels weird. I'm not supposed to be recording this. Or someone doesn't want me recording this. Like something in my being right now is just like, go, run away, run the F away from this right the F now. Like, get up, go, 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 abort mission, abort mission. Almost like a fish out of water energy. What on the freak show is this? You're about to discover something that someone was hiding from you. And this is real tea. Like, this is really deep, dark shit. I don't know what the F it is, but they're like, this is, I'm hearing groundbreaking. The tables are turning here with this discovery. Yeah, there's something in this that I really don't like. That really is just sitting horribly with me right now. What the hell? Huh. It could be, oh, thank you. It's all those MFs plotting against you, all of them scheming in their little conniving ways. They're pissed. They are pissed that they don't have access to you anymore. 1033. They are pissed that they don't have access to you anymore. And they're gonna see that they messed with the wrong one. They messed with the wrong one. Because it's not like you're any regular schmegular Joe. Or Jane. Yeah, I'm getting that they're like scheming. The scheming energy. Tell me more about the scheming energy. Ugh, new deck. Ew. Ugh. It's repulsive. I'm getting lizard energy. Oh, disgusting. Y'all, my guides were like, Julia, you have to put out that reading that you haven't done yet. That one that we told you a few weeks ago that you had to put out. Like, a whole bunch of freaking channeled messages for it. They're like, it's time, Julia, it's time. And I don't want to have to talk about it because this is... People are going to know that I'm going to be calling them out, you know? And I don't care, but I know you do. Ugh. And you know what it is? Warfare tactics. Demonic warfare tactics. Yeah, I'm hearing crossroads with Aquarius, the star energy underneath. Crossroads. Will you speak up, or will you stay silent? Okay, this is probably... Okay, there's several different dimensions to this, so if they have me record it in a few videos, just know that I'm hearing, like, you know how certain medications can be time released, so you have some that comes out at first, and then a little bit later, and then a little bit later, well, usually not like 3, but maybe 2 times. I'm getting that kind of energy of this is not something that I can just put into one freaking video, so where shall we begin? Okay. Really? All right, fine. We're gonna start with, yeah, this motherfucker. Sorry. We're starting with this guy, okay? This is a King of Wands kind of figure, and for all intents and purposes, I'm just calling him a guy here. Could be a feminine with a lot, it could be a woman with a lot of masculine energy, but this is just the energy that I'm going to try to explain here. And please forgive me in advance if I happen to trigger you with this conversation. I can certainly say that every single one of these things has been a trigger in my journey, so I get it. We're here to talk today about energetic rape. Say that, Julia. What is energetic rape? It takes a lot of different forms. First that is coming to my mind is I watched the first Matrix movie, and that was like clean, that was fine. There was some good lessons in there, some good information to chew on. But the second one was disgusting. That's the second Matrix. That's energetic rape, my friends. It's the interjection of sexual energy when you're not expecting it, and feels like it's trying to stick its things into you. That's fucking disgusting. That's one example of energetic rape. Another example is when someone is manipulating you and trying to cross all of your boundaries and make it seem like, oh, I don't mean to confuse you. I don't want to confuse you. That's confirmation right there. I just got confirmation for that, asshole. Ugh. Not a pretty reading today, but it's what must come out because it was on the bottom of this deck too. King of Wands. Okay. You know who you are. You know who you are. To the person that I'm talking about, and you're watching this, you know who you are. I freaking see you, okay? To all the people that are here to hopefully like see if any of these messages resonate with them, you're able to recognize this behavior because something just quite doesn't sit right with you. Or he said that, but then he did that, and I'm like, maybe I should just go along with it, because he's nice enough. She's nice enough. Fuck that. That's literally how they stick their little freaking hooks into you. No. Charm. They can be very charming, these demons. They use that to their advantage. Oh, they're charming. Yes. More confirmation. If charm can only cover up so much stank, okay? If something is not clean or looks unclean, like just oily and gross and smelly, like there's no way anything charming could really cover that. So the charming is like a hallucinogenic that it's trying to convince you that you're not actually seeing what you're seeing, or that what your gut is telling you is wrong, or the way that they're touching you is friendly, that it's not sexual. Well, let me be clear. They're lying to you. Oh, but please, like, let me just suck all of your energy and magnetism out so I can benefit from it. See that? How she's like, please, like, she's like hanging onto him, and he's just like, oh, but no. See, believe me, I am very well aware that this can be embodied, this energetic rapist energy can be embodied by any person, masculine, feminine, woman, man, anything in between. But for the sake of the imagery here, I'm just going with that thing, okay? So he's able to charm her, to give her everything to it. And it's like, it will find a way to mask itself. And when your third eye is open, yeah, more confirmation on that. When your third eye is open, it's able to pick up on certain things, like, oh, the way they moved that, like literally the way that they're walking just feels wrong to me. Notice that, observe it, say, okay, yeah, that feels wrong to me. I'm gonna go right the other way. Run. When they mask with their charming front, they're like, oh, I'm here to support you. I'm here to support your business. Tell me more about that. Yeah. Oh, maybe like we could do it. Like, I'd be happy to support you with that. Like, you want to do it for me sometime? If you offer like services personally. What else? Oh, so yeah, not sure if there's like no easy way to say this, but like you've also like, so there's this, that's the kind of the energy of the sleaze ball, ew. Then there's energy of like something that's slimy and slippery and gross. You see how there's like a little bit of a difference here, but they're both kind of doing the same thing. This one's more charming because it's like, oh, but I'm like mostly doing the right thing, so that means God will forgive me for all the bad things that I do because I chant God's names. Like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Then there's slimy over here. There's slimy of, it has to be funny. It has to be funny because if it's too serious, then we give them too much power. Okay? Then there's slimy over here who's like a bit more obvious with the manipulation up front, saying, oh, like, oh, you're hungry? Yeah, like, we'll figure out food when you get here. Then you get there and they mention nothing about the fact that you're hungry or about you eating until you bring it up again. Until you freaking bring it up again. Or they do that thing where they're like, oh, can you come at this time? And you're like, oh, actually, no, I'm busy till then. And then they're kind of mad when you get there at the time that you said you would be there initially, and then do all these like weird things that make you believe that, well, actually weird things being subtle manipulation to give you the impression that you're not wanted there when they invited you over or wanted to spend time with you in the first place. Slippery, slimy, disgusting. I get like oily from that, like toad energy here, and this is lizard energy. Okay, lizard energy, it, like, you can see in your eye the tongue slathering the freak out with the forked freaking tongue, its eyes going disgusting. You better sit in freaking meditation on these energies in your own life, because they will make themselves abundantly clear. However, some of these things think that they're really powerful magicians, you know? They think, oh, I'm so cool. Like, they don't see me like I'm hot shit. I'm sorry. No, because no cloaking is that good. There is no cloaking that cannot be uncloaked. Okay? So, if they're putting up a front, they're showing you what you want to see, saying all the right things. But something in you is like, I don't know if I should trust this fully, or is feeling ready to just go all in on the other side of that pendulum. Just be mindful, because demons are very psychic. Unfortunately, they're highly psychic. So that means that they know what your buttons are, they know how to push them. But also, tell me why I was speaking light language once, I was weaving, and this thing, like, stops whatever the heck it was doing and comes over and says, stop that. You have to stop that. You have to let that go. I'm sorry, what the F did you just say to me? Let go of light language? I'm sorry, is your demon a little irritated? Does he not like it? End that shit. End that shit right now. Your guides and your ancestors, God ain't playing. God is not playing today, okay? Because it's an absolute, whatever these things are doing, these are just two like medium examples of what the F they are up to. They're like, obviously I'm very passionate about this because I've been through a lot of this shit, okay? And at some point or another, all of this stuff will come to light. Every single dirty, slimy, disgusting, trash thing that it has done will come around to bite it in the ass. And sometimes you're the one that has to be the one to deliver the karma. Sometimes you trigger a series of events that just says, oh shit, that whole thing, really? We had no idea. Yes, you did. Because God knew. Your guides knew. And they're not playing with you, okay? I'm all messed up over this. They will lie to you Like, it is second nature, except the lies don't add up. And you can notice, lying is exhausting, my friends. Lying is exhausting. Any other reformed liars out here? That shit is like, it's so heavy. It's such a burden. You gotta keep up with so much crap. And it's exhausting. Like, you'll be able to start to notice these energies that are lying because they look freaking exhausted and toxic. You know that shit has a smell? Ugh. Nothing clean ever reeked. Ugh. And once it starts to think you're sniffing it out, it'll start doing like, it'll start like twitching or something. It'll notice that you aren't giving it the same access that you gave it before, that you're not really falling for the charm anymore. You're being a little bit more direct with your questions. Hey, how come you never responded to that text? Oh, I was like, you know, it's like I was like really busy at that time. And yeah, and then just one thing like led to another, and then then here's the kicker. It turns out to be something you did wrong. Oh, well, like, if I don't respond, you could have just messaged me, You could have just messaged me again. Get the fuck out of my face. Okay, more about demons and possession. So there are a lot of different kinds of ways that people get involved with these dark entities. And yes, I'm specifically speaking about demons. Demons. So truly, what is a demonic energy? It is something that believes it can derive its power somewhere other than from the divine source from which we all emanate. So that could be a whole lot of different things. Well, how do people... Okay, recognizing it is going to be a different conversation. We're just going to break it down here. So people can have demonic entities attached to them willingly, or I mean in this life. Okay, so say you come into contact with someone who... Well, I'll give you this lizard person for an example. I later, after the whole stop that like language thing, you really need to let that go. I'm sorry, bitch, what the fuck did you say to me? I'm sorry, are you telling me who I am now? Bye. This this thing has had a contract with an entity for 100 lifetimes? Longer. I'm hearing longer than 100 lifetimes. And so for this particular circumstance, it's a possession. Now, it can be interesting. Like, sometimes these possessions are actually like these entities are living in your chakras. Sometimes they just like you wear them like a skin, so it can move your body as it needs to at certain times. Sometimes it'll be more like your dancing partner, and it'll play you like a freaking puppet. Dance for me, darling. I've seen all that shit. All of it. The thing is, it's always at some point or another willing. They need some form of consent, whether it's entering your body through alcohol, spirits, and you taking the drink gives it permission to enter your body. Although it's not always, like, the worst kinds of things don't always enter your body that way through alcohol, but sometimes they can. It really just depends on who you are and where you are, and like if like what kind of things are around you. Sometimes they'll force their way into your body if you're not sealed and covered. And yeah, I guess I sort of did this kind of thing, so maybe that's the kind of thing that works for you. But your body is your temple. It's a shrine. You better take care of that, okay? I was on the train once and I went through this like swamp area, and I felt this thing like crawl in through my mouth and like sit in my lungs, and it was like this, almost like it was this, like, you can imagine almost like a pixie, like this big, just sitting in the size of my lungs. And I say pixie because that's like the kind of body shape it had, like thin legs or whatever, and the big head and the ears or whatever. And it had like black goo all over it. And I was like, ew, really? I thought I had my protection up. Guess not. But then there's a good ending to this, I promise. So I was headed back into New York City at this time from where I was. And then I wanted to wait until I had put all my things down to get it out of me. So I went back to my place, put all my stuff down, went for a walk, brought my crystal, said, okay, we're doing this shit now. And the trees are your friends, okay? The trees are always your friends. And they cannot stand, they're not like passive bystanders in this process. They will trap anything you offer to them. So if you're afraid for your safety in other dimensions, you need to pray to the trees and spend time with the trees. Because, yeah, my dog's barking, confirmation. Because they will shelter you. They will host you. They will care for you. So I get outside, I get my crystal, light language that shit out of me. And it's not the first time I've had to get rid of a possession of myself or from other people. So it's every time the thing actually leaves, it always ends up sucking out your energy and you just become exhausted like that. So you know that it's gone, but you also know that it tried to take everything it could with it. Now with this thing, it was like some of the residual grossness left in it. I was explaining like the black goo. And so I was able to clear that up in another few days, because the more you do the work, the soul work, the inner alchemy, not just getting up and going to your job every single day, not, oh, I was nice to that person today, so yay me. Like, no, I mean actually assessing yourself, 3333, okay? The work. Where was I? This thing comes out of me. I'm still alchemizing this black goo that it left. Ugh. But then I went back and I did a meditation and I banished all those beings from that swampland, because there was like a whole freaking like colony of them. That's the right word. Colony. And I said, bitch, bye. You don't belong here, and you're not going to keep doing this to other people that come over here. I went back there to that same place. Gone. Again, this residual energy, but banished. Because your vessel is holy. They're just preying on the fact that you don't remember that. Okay? And that goes for all freaking kinds of demons, okay? That's why they say cleanliness is akin to godliness. Clean up, bitch. So, I'm trying to see if there's like anything else they want me to get into in this message. So you have to remember, when you start to notice these things, when you start to notice, oh, like there's something more happening here. Oh, okay, no, there's so much more. Okay, so when you start to notice these things, when you start to notice this kind of behavior and you're like, something seems fishy here, it could be the person, but it could also be an attachment that they have. So remember that it's willing on their part. At some point, whether it was 100 lifetimes ago, whether it's today, they thought that was the best way. So you're allowed to protect yourself however you need to. Second, sometimes it's not an attachment that keeps someone to this demonic thing. Sometimes they incarnate in bodies themselves. They're not like otherworldly entities or ghosts in the way that you might think that this possession would work. No, they're dark beings that incarnated in a body and have their own form. They're a part of the legion, if you will. Sometimes these things will have contracts with another. They'll incarnate in pairs or in groups because they're like, hey buddy, you at it again, kind of ish shit. Devil. No, do I really need to get into that? We covered a lot. They're like, you're on a roll, just keep going. Okay. So, So I'm getting from this card, from right now they're having me speak on slave driving energy. These are the blood-sucking predators that will drain you of your life force. They're also narcissists. I'm not saying that every narcissist you've ever met is in this like legion. They have their own clubs, okay? they got their own clubs. I don't keep track. But there's this energy of, it's because I'm seeing this rope here. I'm seeing this rope that's keeping them chained and bound under this influence. Under that influence. So it's a very, they want me to use the word satanic energy. It's a very satanic energy. And oh my God, they just brought everything full circle for me. So thank you. Confirmation. So I brought this up. I literally had no idea what the freak was going to happen today. And I'm sorry that I cuss so much. It's just what happens when my dragon is angry. We started out by saying that you're like, it's like go time. It's go time. Like you don't know when you're going to be called to like do XYZ, but you're being called. Be prepared. Because these cycles are ending. You're breaking these chains. You're breaking these chains, okay? You're breaking these contracts. You're ripping up those freaking contracts. Null and void. Null and void. And for you to do that, you need to recognize what the heck is actually happening on all levels. On all levels. Because some problem in the third dimension, it does not necessarily or really ever start in the third dimension. So you need to understand that there's a lot more at play than the one pawn you can see, the one host to that parasitic energy that you can see. Because that parasite might be friends with a parasite that's on someone else that person knows. And they're in legion together, you see? So maybe they're not consciously aware that they're in like the same circle, but these things are. They are, and they have a bigger plan. So, yeah, yes. 3:43. Maybe set an alarm for 3:43 a.m. or p.m. p.m. You'll get some confirmation around that. I don't know why. I don't get messages for timing. So we'll see. Something about that and what you're hearing here, or something that you heard here, is gonna be okay, good. Is gonna be imperative. But there's a need. There's a need to really be careful with the way that you're, like, to just be really methodical about the way that you approach these endings. Because the Knight of Pentacles flew out on top of my channeled message. I didn't even get into like half the things on here. But this is all because you're closing out the cycles that allow these entities to harvest from you, because that can't happen in the the 5D earth, fifth density earth. Like, that just can't happen. Just can't. Fifth dimensional earth, it can't happen. New earth can't happen. Age of Aquarius cannot happen. They gotta go. They're getting exposed. Seven of Swords. Because this Two of Cups is what's waiting for you on the other side of that door. Okay? You're happily freaking after. Trust in love. Trust in your heart. Trust that you know. You freaking know. You got one bad whiff of that something or other. You know something's not right. 4222. You may not know how to go about it, so just observe, and the way will become clear. You'll be shown. You can sit there and pester for answers, but that's not necessarily how it's gonna go. They'll wait to show you things at the right time. 44. Yep. So what else? Yeah, if you made it all the way through to this, like, all the way through that, thanks for waiting it out with me. These are crazy times and pressing times that we're living in. So to counteract all of the damage that these satanic, demonic energies influence, please join me with this intention, with this prayer. The light is love, and love always wins. The light is love, and love always wins. The light is love. The love is truth. Love always wins. May we offer ourselves to be of service to that divine light, to that divine unconditional love. We set our intentions together to heal this planet on all dimensions, from the wounds that persist and have persisted for millennia, from time immemorial. May these energies that seek to destroy and wreak havoc become unveiled, become uncloaked by your divine grace, O Supreme. May we assist you how we can. The light is love, and love always wins. Blessings to you all.